What is going on, NFL fans? Getting all situated. Jacob, Nathaniel, what is going on, guys? Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, I've been busy, man, putting these mock drafts together. I've been watching a shitload of tape. Here I am, guys. Hope everyone is going to enjoy the weekend. What is going on? Cheers, everyone. I got a little high noon action. Cheers, everybody. What's going on? How's everyone's week going, huh? How's everyone's week going? Everyone getting your taxes in order? Yeah, man. The tax man's coming for me, that's for sure, guys. Coming for me. But yeah, the NFL, we're less than a month away from the draft, guys. Less than a month away, Eagles fans, NFL fans, from the draft. Here we go. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Tell you what, Nathaniel, what's going on, buddy? You got some questions? Yeah, you know it, Jacob. The Eagles are the GOAT slayers, man. Killing the GOATs. Mahomes and Brady. We got them both, man. We got the two GOATs. Gotta love that, guys. Gotta love that. What's up, Duolingo? What's going on? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, guys, met with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Guys, we just got some breaking news. Two-time heavyweight champion George Foreman just passed away. Wow, that's super sad, man. George Foreman, man, one of the GOATs. GOATs, man. That's so sad. Yeah, Jameis Winston signs a one-year deal with the Giants. Yeah, I don't really know what the Chiefs are doing. They're not. They're like up on it on the cap a little bit, right? So they got to figure out what they're doing with the cap, guys. So yeah, 2-year deal, 2 years, $8 million. That's a bargain, man. Winston can definitely step in and be one of the better backups. I wish the Eagles would have got Jameis Winston. He would have been a great backup for Jalen Hurts, man. Yeah, it's interesting to see like how this Chiefs team is going to play out. I definitely think the Bills have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. They got to draft better a little bit. They're close. The Bills are knocking on the door, man. And Josh Allen took a little bit less money to help out the cap situation. So it's always good when you got a quarterback that wants to do that. Aaron Rodgers just met with the Steelers today. I think the Bills, it's their division to lose, right? I don't think the Dolphins are going to be very good. I think the Patriots will be better. I don't know if they're going to be ready to compete just yet. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to be tough for the Chiefs. I think it's going to be tough for the Chiefs to win the division this year, man. The Broncos and Chargers are a lot better than people think, man. What's up, Pack Fan Iowa? What's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. Josh W., welcome to the chat, man. Yeah, I'm a big Eagles fan, obviously, but I do have a soft spot for the Bills. Like when I was a kid growing up, I had a bunch of cousins that loved the Bills, so I always followed them growing up in their heyday. What's up, JM? Yeah, I mean, the Eagles haven't done too much in free agency. They did a little. They've made some one-year moves here and there, right? Yeah, Nathaniel. Oh, thanks, Josh W. I appreciate you, buddy. We're closing in on 15,000 subscribers, guys. I think I'm like 200 away from 15,000. What's up, Bend Over? What's going on? Ha 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 ha. Bend over. Ha 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 ha. No, Football Productions 456. The Cowboys are not doing good in free agency. at all. They've signed a bunch of mediocre guys, no difference makers. They brought in 2 running backs that aren't great. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely paying Dak Prescott way too much money. DeMarcus Lawrence went to Seattle. The Cowboys don't look good. I didn't think the Cowboys roster last year, if you guys remember, I was saying that the Cowboys roster doesn't look good. Like, they're not going to be good. And Cowboys fans went crazy. But I'm telling you, man, their roster this year is worse than it was last year. Yeah, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, guys. Closing in on 15,000 subscribers. We're up to 14,746, guys. I would love to add 20, 30 subs in tonight's live stream to get me closer and closer to 15K. I want the 15K, guys. Yeah, the Cowboys, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what Jerry Jones' game plan is, guys. It doesn't really make too much sense to me. They don't have any – the running backs are older and not great. They have 1 wide receiver. Their tight ends are mediocre at best. They lost one of their best overall defensive players in DeMarcus Lawrence. He's heading to Seattle. I mean, I just don't think the Eagles really did too much, Christopher. I mean, they made a bunch of one-year deals that, you know, aren't necessarily going to push the needle forward, but they needed to add some depth, so I understand the moves that they made. But no real difference makers, in my opinion. They lost a lot of guys. Like, I do like Aguilari from the Giants and Adoree Jackson. I like those moves. They're some of my favorite moves. They didn't really do too much, but Aguilari can play, and Adoree Jackson's a really good run defender at the cornerback spot. Oh, thanks, Josh. My wife got it for me for Christmas. I don't know where she got it from. I'll have to ask her. I mean, when Dak's healthy, he's not a bad quarterback. Is he worth $60 million a year? Absolutely not. But he's a top 15 guy when he's healthy. He's only 31. They're just paying him way too much money. Who's your nephew, David Bramer? Well, I bet you lost a lot of money this year, Baby Slime, if you were betting against the Birds. Not a good year betting, bro. Yeah, Darius Slay goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys. It was a 1-year, $10 million deal to go to Pittsburgh. Fully guaranteed. Yeah, the Eagles definitely lost a lot of guys in free agency. I mean, there's no other way around it. Fred Johnson, Oren Burks, Paris Campbell, Mekhi Becton, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Isaiah Rodgers, Kenneth Gainwell, Darius Slay. I mean, it's a laundry list of guys. Definitely a laundry list of guys. I mean, what were they down? What was it, 34-0 at one point? The Eagles put their backups in the Super Bowl. That's how bad the Chiefs got blown out. They just weren't ready to play, man. The Eagles' offensive line and defensive line just outmatched them. Straight up. I called it, man. If you watch my channel regularly, I made a video. What was it? 5 reasons why the Eagles blow out the Chiefs. And 4 out of the 5 came true. The only thing that they did a good job was containing Saquon Barkley. But they oversold trying to stop Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts lit them up like a Christmas tree. Yeah, I mean, David Bramer, I agree with you. I think the Commanders are going to be great. I mean, adding Laramie Tunsil from Houston is a huge addition to that roster. Huge addition. Yeah, adding Debo Samuel. Yeah, I think the Broncos are going to be great. Adding Dre Greenlaw and Hufunga. I mean, I think the Broncos are going to be very, very, very tough to deal with next year. And I want to see them go running back at number 20 overall. I would love for the Broncos to go Omarion Hampton, man. I think Omarion Hampton gives them a whole different layer of offense. If you bring in a guy like Omarion Hampton. People are sleeping on him a little bit because everyone's focused on Genty, but that dude Omarion Hampton is a freaking dog, man. Yeah, man, I called it, dude. I knew it was gonna be. I mean, I was watching the tape. I was looking at the matchups, and I was like, this game is not going to be close. And I called it. Yeah, I mean, they signed some guy on a 2-year deal. I forget his name. No, it's my neighbor's dog, man. He's so annoying. Yeah, my neighbors live in this little apartment, and they have this gigantic dog, and he just barks all the time. Yeah, the Chiefs need a lot of help on the offensive line. Jalen, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the chat, man. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. All right, Josh, thanks for stopping in, buddy. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, Robert, I think Omarion Hampton would be a great addition to the Denver Broncos at 20 overall. They could go wide receiver there too, depending on if like Amika Ibuka or like Matthew Golden. I love Matthew Golden too. He's a dog. Yeah, I think the Rams go cornerback in round one. Guy like Trey Amos or like Savon Revel. Rams fan 101. Yeah, Christopher, you're definitely right. You're definitely right. The 1-year deals can work out, but then if a guy hits, then he's going to get a lot of money, like Zach Bond. Like, it would have behooved them to sign Bond to a 2-year deal or something. But now they had to pay him because he balled out. So it's, could go either way with the 1-year deals. Yeah, I mean, I think with Fangio and the Broncos, it's like personnel, right? Fangio's defense is very personnel dependent, right? You need to get to the quarterback with 4 guys because he doesn't blitz a lot. But if you can't get a pass rush with 4 guys, that Fangio scheme gets eaten up. So, yo, baby slime, take it easy, bro. What's up, Lux? Go Birds! Go Birds! What is going on, guys? Welcome to the chat. Talking some NFL football. Yeah, how about George Foreman just passing away, guys? Super sad, man. 76 years old for George Foreman, man. Man, that's super sad. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, maybe he goes to Pittsburgh. Maybe they do a 2-year deal, maybe. I would do a 2-year deal with 1 year of guaranteed money. So if he stinks it up the joint, you could just cut him. Yeah, the 49ers got dismantled, man, because they're going to have to pay Brock Purdy, so they had to let everyone else walk. That's kind of how it goes. Yeah, the Eagles haven't done a lot this offseason, right? They're kind of in a similar spot where they're up against the cap a little bit. So sometimes you got to go young. And the Eagles got like 21 draft picks over the next 2 years, so they're on the right way. This is kind of how it goes. If you pay a bunch of veterans a lot of money, then you got to draft really well to keep your football team afloat, right? And teams that don't draft well pay for it. Look what happened to the Patriots. The Patriots were really good for a really long time, and then for a long time, they drafted really, really, really bad, and it came back to like bite them in the ass, right? So you gotta, if you're gonna pay a bunch of high-priced free agents, you really gotta draft well, because if you don't, then it gets to the point where your football team is just trash. Look at the Cowboys, paying CeeDee Lamb, paying Dak Prescott, and then boom, they've been drafted not great, and it's not looking good. Yeah, I mean, their defensive line, Jalen Carter is just so hard to deal with, right? And then if you have other guys that can, win one-on-one, that's how you do it, because Jalen Carter's going to get double teamed a lot. So the other guys got to win one-on-one to be able to get to the quarterback, right? That's how Fangio's scheme works. Yeah, Rodgers isn't going to be a backup anywhere, man. He's too old for that. He's done too much in the league. He's going to either start or he's not going to play. That's my thoughts, at least. Yeah, I wouldn't want Rodgers on my team, that's for sure. He got the head coach and the GM fired, and then they ended up releasing him. What fan am I? Eagles, man, all day. Eagles all day. 999. Sweet. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers only has the one ring, man. A lot of underachieving for Aaron Rodgers over the years, Never able to get over the hump. He won a little bit, but for as talented as he was, yeah, we'll see how Lamar Jackson looks next year, man. He can't win a big game either. He always balls out in the regular season, and the playoffs come, and he just can't win. He just can't win the big game, man. Yeah, Christopher, 100%, buddy. Yeah, they need to draft like the first 4 rounds all defense, because they're paying T. Higgins. They just re-upped Gesicki too, right? Paying Jamar Chase, paying Joe Burrow. I think they got to pay Chase Brown too, right? Probably draft a running back, but they need to freaking go D-line, edge, safety. They need it all, man. Their whole defense needs to be revamped. Yeah, their O-line's been trashed too for a while, David. You're 100% right. They're a team that doesn't build in the trenches. They're like the opposite of the Eagles. They're paying all these skill position players, and they can't block anyone or stop anyone. So Joe Burrow has to score like 45 points a game to win. I feel bad for him, dude, because the Bengals have no idea what the hell they're doing. I could take over as the GM for the Bengals tomorrow, and give me 3 years and I would turn that team around. But they don't draft well, really, unless they're picking in the top 5 or 10. I don't know. They don't do a lot of things well. Cincinnati, they usually don't play their free agents. It looks like they're probably not going to be able to pay Trey Hendrickson, so he's probably going to get traded. Yeah, the Lions, their roster, Jalen's pretty good. I was looking at their roster the other day. They need some guard help, another edge defender to go opposite Aiden Hutchinson, but they don't have a bunch of needs. They're probably going to draft the best player available type of situation going into the draft. So I think the Lions are going to be just fine. There's going to be some growing pains because they got a new DC and new offensive coordinator or whatever. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Yeah, I like Robert Saleh, man. I think he's going to do great turning around the 49ers defense again. Well, the Vikings shit the bed the last 2 weeks of the season, man. They had a chance. They had a chance to wrap it up, but Sam Darnold choked, man. Yeah, I think anyone would take Josh Allen on their team, though, man. If you were doing a fantasy draft and picking quarterbacks, he's probably a top 3 guy. I love Josh Allen, man. And he's really matured over the years, like with the gunslinging and stuff. I like Josh Allen. He does. It's not like he's got really good wide receivers. He hasn't really had a true X wide receiver his whole time in Buffalo, like a true number one. Like give Josh Allen Jamar Chase, and this dude would go crazy, man. So. I think the Seahawks offensive line sucks, so I think Sam Darnold's going to struggle. And they traded away all their wide receivers. They released Tyler Lockett. They traded DK Metcalf. Their offensive line stinks. Nah, I like the divisions, man. I like the divisions. Because, like, if you look in totality, it's very rare that, like, a second-place team has, like, 14 wins. You know, that's very rare. So I don't like changing rules for anomalies, right? I like the divisions. There's going to be ebbs and flows where there's like chunks of time where the division sucks. But like if you look at the NFC East, like there hasn't been back-to-back winners in the NFC East in like 20 years, you know? So I think that's an excuse for teams that suck. Like for a long time, the AFC West was horrible. But now they got better coaches, so they'll be better, right? So I like the divisions. But I'm kind of a purist that way. I wouldn't like to see a team win a division, but I get it. When a team wins a division with 9 wins, you're like, and then they get a home playoff game. Look, I get why that's annoying. Yeah, I don't know if he's terrible, but he won't function well in a bad offense. You know what I mean? He's an average NFL quarterback. If you put him around good weapons, he can win. They were 14-3 last year, man, you know? Top 5 guy? I don't know about that. You know, besides this year, the 49ers have had a pretty decent offensive line since he's been there, you know? Trent Williams is like the best left tackle of the last decade, right? So it's not like he's had a bad offensive line. This year there was a lot of injuries and like there are cap trouble, you know. Nah, Trevor Lawrence isn't that guy, man. Say what you want about Jalen Hurts, but he knows how to win. And Trevor Lawrence just loses, man. I don't know. And he's got Brian Thomas Jr. there now in Jacksonville. I mean, yeah, he balled out, guys. But, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're up to 14,747, guys. 253 away from 15K. Help me get there, man. Oh, thanks, Robert. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, I hope he's not starting for the Steelers, man. That would be a shit show. Mason Rudolph's not the guy, man. They got to draft the quarterback at some spot. I don't know if it's going to be early at 21 or whenever they're drafting or like second or third round. You know, Quinn Ewers is interesting. Jackson Dart. There's some Tyler Shook. There's some interesting guys later in the draft that, you know, if they develop right, they could be okay. You know. Yeah, I mean, I think Purdy struggles too. The offensive line's terrible, you know. But if Christian McCaffrey's healthy, and then they traded, what's his name? The running back, what's his name? Howard or something. They traded him to the Vikings. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Oh, thanks, Robert. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, rest in peace, Spencer. 19, George Foreman. That's so sad, man. Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. is a dog, man. I loved his tape at LSU. I told you guys he was going to ball out. Everyone was like, he's a one-trick pony. I'm like, that's just the plays they ran in college. He's a dog. Most underrated player on the Eagles. I'm probably going to go Dallas Goedert, man. You know, he doesn't get like all the, you know, media play that the other guys do, but, yo, he was a third down monster for the Eagles. When he's healthy, yo, he's a dog. Yeah, pizza guy. That's not a bad idea, man. Yeah, Jameis Winston. Yeah, he might start for the Giants. I think they're going to take Shador Sanders, man. I really do. I think Cam Ward's going to go one to the Titans. I think the Browns are going to take Travis Hunter, and then the Giants take Shador Sanders, man. Yeah, Jordan Mason, that's it. Yeah, like, why would they trade him? Why? Broncos country edits? Like, why would they? He's a super inexpensive, really productive player. Like, that makes no sense to me. Yeah, I love Malik Neighbors. He was one of my favorite kids coming out of the draft last year. I loved him. I thought he was going to be a star. Yeah, I was telling my wife, Jacob, he's old, 76, and he's big. Those big guys don't live a long time. You know, he probably walks around like 275, 300 pounds. 6'5", 300 pounds. Those guys don't live too long. Christopher, they got Jordan Travis that they drafted last year. I watched his college tape, and that dude can play. I like Jordan Travis, man. I hope they give him a shot. Oh, thanks, Jacob. I appreciate you, buddy. I think he's going to suck. Hopkins is cooked, dude. If Mahomes can't get you open and make you successful, you think Lamar Jackson's going to? I don't see it, man. I don't think Hopkins has anything left in the tank. He looks old and slow. I don't know. My dad, I don't know. Me and my dad are both not tall guys. I'm like 5'8". I think my dad's like the same height as me, 5'8", 5'9". Yeah, at 32, the board can just go so many different ways. Like, I love Walter Nolan, the D lineman. Nick Emanwari, the safety from, South Carolina. Yeah, Nick Scorton, the edge defender. Donovan Ezeraku, I don't think lands that far down. But, it really depends how the board plays out. If Hopkins gets 40 catches and 500 yards next year, I'll be surprised. Yeah, I think that Pizza Guy 4, I think the Steelers are going to have to blow it up. I wouldn't be surprised if they traded TJ Watt and Highsmith. I think they might blow it up, man. And I think the DK Metcalf Pickens situation's like a dumpster fire waiting to happen. Thanks, guys. We just added 3 more subscribers, up to 14,750, guys. Thank you so much. Trying to get to 15K. I want to get there by the end of the month, but I'm running out of time, guys. Running out of time. Best player all time on the Eagles. I got to go Brian Dawkins, man. He's my favorite player that I ever saw. I wasn't really privy to some of the other guys. I was really young when Reggie White was there. But I do think Dawkins is just a whole different animal, man. TJ is just so expensive, man. You know what I mean? And you could probably get a ridiculous compensation for him. If you traded TJ Watt, you're talking like multiple top 50 picks probably. You know what I mean? Yeah, Robert, I agree. Dawkins is just an absolute freak of nature. He's an absolute animal, guys. McNabb, nah, he's not that dude, man. McNabb was okay, don't get me wrong. But best Eagle of all time? No chance, man. See, if I'm the Steelers, I want multiple picks. I don't know if I just want one early pick, because if you miss, you're effed. I'd rather get a package of picks. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah, I can't believe the Eagles let him walk to the Broncos. That was so weird. Seeing Dawkins in a Broncos uniform was like the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, Reggie White, that was very sad, man. The Minister of Defense, man. What a gangster he was. Go watch some Reggie White highlights, man. If you want to watch a man amongst men, woo, baby. Those Reggie White highlights are something else, man. That dude is an absolute dog. He's getting there. I mean, he already has more Super Bowl appearances than any other quarterback, right? And he's one more win away from leading in Super Bowl wins. And he's still really, really young. I'm not scared of anything Aaron Rodgers does anymore, man. He's too old. Too old. Jalen Hurts is still only 26 years old, guys. He'll be 27 in August. So he's still got a lot of room, man. Yeah, well, I'm really curious to see how the Chiefs look this year, man. I'm really curious. Top 5 Eagles quarterbacks. I mean, it's hard not to put Jalen Hurts number 1, right? And then you probably go, what? Jaworski number 2. McNabb number 3. Cunningham 4. Christina Amarod, welcome to the chat. What's going on? I think it was McNabb. I don't think it was Reggie White. I think Reggie White was gone before those Campbell's commercials started coming out. No, I don't. Not without a quarterback. They can win regular season games, Lux, but they can't win playoff games with that offense. With Mason Rudolph as their quarterback, maybe Russell Wilson if he comes back. I mean, the Chiefs are still, they get a lot of, calls from the refs. If you have eyes, you could see it. They're still a good football team. They're very well coached. Spagnuolo is one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL history. Andy Reid's a top 5 head coach in NFL history. They're very well coached. And Mahomes is, top 5 quarterback all time already. And he's not even done yet. How do you fix it? 5-line Leon? How do you fix it, man? We're going to bring in 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers? That's going to make them better? Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, and Pickens all in the same huddle. That's got to be a reality TV show, man. This quarterback class in the draft is not very good. I don't know if you've watched any of the tape, 5-line Leon, and did you watch the combine? Because I did, and I had to turn it off. That's how bad these quarterbacks looked. The quarterback class is not very good. Could they develop down the road? Maybe. But I don't see a ton of talent there that's going to, be transcended at the NFL level. I just don't see it. Maybe I'll be wrong, but... And then the Steelers aren't going to get Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, unless they trade up huge for him. I just don't see it. I don't see any... Who are they going to get in the draft? Ewers or Shook? Jalen Milroe? They're all projects, man. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Yeah, Dart's still a project, though, man. You think Dart's going to come in and light it up? I just don't see it. Yeah, Cole, I think they go wide receiver, depending on who's on the board, or running back. Yeah, I agree, Russian. Colluder, I don't think he's NFL ready at all. So, I think Dart, grade-wise, is a 3rd or 4th round pick. Tyler Shook, he's got his limitations too, man. If you look at last year's draft class, Tyler Shook would have been the 15th quarterback off the board. So, I don't know, man. And then he's got to come in. The Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line hasn't been great either. Broderick Jones is, we're getting closer and closer to calling him a bust. Mandel Harvey, I 100% agree with that. But they asked if the question was, are Steelers Super Bowl contenders? And I said no. Yeah, Pizza Guy 4. That looks pretty juicy to me, brother. I don't know, man. I might take Devontae Smith over Deshaun Jackson. Honestly, I'd probably take Devontae Smith over all those guys, man. He's such a dog. Top 5 outside of Genty. I love Cam Scatterboo, man. I think people are sleeping on Scatterboo. I love Trevion Henderson, Scatterboo, then Judkins. Yeah, I mean, I think people are sleeping on Cam Scatterboo, man. He's a dog. He's got really good vision with those cutbacks, man. And he can catch the ball out of the backfield. And he punishes defenders, man. I love myself some Cam Scatterboo. The guys from Ohio State. There's a lot of really good guys to like. I like the kid from Rutgers, too. Neal from Kansas is pretty good, too. A lot of talent in this running back class, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of really good running backs, man. I love Omarion Hampton, too. Omarion Hampton, he's not far behind Genty, man. I'm telling you. What's he, 6'1", 220 pounds. Runs like the freaking wind. Yeah, Tootin ran like a 4.2 40 or something, right? 4.3 or something. Yeah, Tootin, yeah, man, he can run his ass off. Very impressive stuff, guys. A lot of good running backs, man. You can't really go wrong with the running back situation. Yeah, the running backs look really good this year, guys. Definitely look good. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Enjoy your weekend. I'll probably be back on Sunday night for a live stream. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And I'll catch up with all of you guys on Sunday, man. Yeah, Milrow Falls for sure. Yeah, I love Cam Scatterboo, man. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll catch you on Sunday. Later, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.